This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on The South Today, Winter Olympic bronze medalists return to a hero's welcome at Queenstown Airport today. Southland school children rediscover treasured items carried by New Zealand soldiers during World War I. And a piece of recently completed Dunedin street art gets defaced, much to the indignation of its artist. Kia ora, good evening, I'm Melissa Barton. Winter Olympic bronze medalists Zoe Sadowski-Synnott and Nico Porteous received a warm welcome at Queenstown Airport earlier today when they returned from South Korea. Mina Amso caught up with the Winter Games champions.
Happy to be in the South. Olympic bronze medalists Zoe Sadowski-Synnott and Nico Porteous were warmly welcomed back from the Winter Olympics in South Korea by a crowd at Queenstown Airport this afternoon.
This is crazy. A lot more people than Auckland, that's for sure.
Are you happy to be in the South?
Yeah. Oh, so stoked.
The pair were given the official welcome by Queenstown Lakes District Council Deputy Mayor Callum McLeod.
There's a mountain of people beneath them that support them, that allows them to be the talented individuals they are. And I'm happy to say they came back and they knocked the bastard off!
Porteous says he's amazed how 1 hour of his life changed everything.
I would just like to push the sport and be remembered as someone who was not only a half-pipe skier but just a really good skier in general.
And Sadowski-Synnott is glad to be back to the South, particularly on such a warm day.
I miss my friends and I miss the heat and the sun and just the mountains. Like, it feels good to just be in such a nice place.
The pair were accompanied on their trip home by their biggest supporters, including Zoe's mother, Robin.
It's almost incomprehensible. It's been an absolute whirlwind and absolute just amazing. You really can't quite believe it's true.
The bronze medalists, both 16 years old, are now back in Wanaka, where they'll be welcomed back with a celebratory street parade tomorrow. Mina Amso, The South Today.
The Dunedin City Holdings Limited Group has reported a surplus after-tax profit of $3.8 million for the 6 months to December 2017. DCHL Chair Graham Crombie says the group is pleased to show a positive financial result once again. He says City Forest Limited recorded a pleasing 6-monthly profit before tax of nearly $10 million, which he attributes to strong international and domestic markets and continued favourable shipping costs. Badges and buttons, maps and diaries and a mysterious piece of string have got Southland school children guessing. The treasures are replicas of things New Zealand soldiers carried with them during World War I and are contained in discovery boxes delivered to schools this week. Sharon Rees reports.
Pupils from Invercargill's Tisbury School had their first chance to delve into the stories of 32 New Zealand soldiers from World War I today. This class is one of 1,000 across the country to have received a discovery box containing replica artefacts from World War I as part of the Walking with an Anzac education program.
We're looking at records about people who have died in the war, and there was just things like souvenirs and like buttons and badges, and like there was a bit of wire. I didn't know what it was.
With portraits of soldiers, maps, diary entries and soldiers' personal effects, the discovery boxes give pupils a hands-on experience as they learn about what it was like for soldiers during the war.
You can learn about history, about other places and where all this stuff happened. Where they died and what all their names were.
The pupils said the box gave them a good insight into how different things were during the war.
The writing and stuff looked a lot different. Everything's different to what we've got now, and how the newspaper is, and how there's no pictures. Really liked how they had written everything and how it was all linked and the font they used.
Once pupils have talked about the items in the box, they head to the Walking with an Anzac website to find further clues and information about the item's owner. Pupils then put their newly found research skills to use by completing 3 tasks for every item. Sharon Rees, The South Today.
A Queenstown driver crashed their car yesterday afternoon down a 7-metre bank in the suburb of Arthurs Point. The Nissan Sunny had crossed the footpath on Redfern Terrace and smashed through a fence before plummeting 7 metres and being upturned on its roof. People from a nearby house managed to pull the driver from the vehicle. The driver, a woman in her 20s, was taken to Lakes District Hospital with moderate injuries. A piece of recently completed street art was defaced over the weekend, drawing ire from the artists. The work on the corner of Albany and Great King Street paid tribute to one of the city's most famous bands of the 1980s. But it seems old school Dunedin isn't quite to everyone's taste.
On one side, the artwork paying tribute to Dunedin band The Chills remains intact. However, on the other side, the marks where the band's name has been crossed out are evident. It's the work of second-year art student Emma Craig, who chose the legendary Dunedin band as she grew up listening to her parents' Chills records.
They're my favourite band, and I thought they needed more recognition, really, in Dunedin. Well, you know, everywhere. But, I don't know, I feel like a lot of people my age don't know about old bands like that, and they need to, I think.
However, 2 days after she painted the footpath-facing side, this happened. And we've muted the sound as the people talking to camera had a very limited and profane vocabulary. When she found out about her artwork being vandalised, Craig was angry with the attack and took to social media. She says this video was sent to her.
Well, as you see, Coyote is painted on there, and they're a Dunedin band as well, very small band, and I found that through Facebook, and I got in touch with them about it to see if they knew anything, and they sent me the video.
The band themselves sent you the video of them doing it?
Yes, and pretended that it was someone else.
Emma Craig took the footage to Dunedin Police and played them the clip the band had sent her.
Yeah, it really annoyed me, because it had been hard work and it meant a lot to me because they're my favourite band. It's not just a random piece of artwork that I made up. So I spend a lot of time on the design and everything and taken a lot of time to get it perfect, and then someone had to come and do this.
The Chills are currently recording out of town, but when contacted by The South Today, Martin Phillips said he was sad that someone has done this. Emma Craig liaised with Martin Phillips along the design process and says he was pleased with the design.
He was really excited about it. He seemed like he was, and he said, "Do us proud," and yeah, I don't know, he seemed pretty happy about it.
Emma Craig says she'll spend the next few weeks trying to fix the piece and finish the rest of the artwork. Daryl Baser, The South Today.
Members of the band Coyote were approached for comment by The South Today. Still to come on The South Today, a car crashes into the Leaf in North Dunedin late last night, and we find out what it's like to travel on the Queen of the Sea as a cruise ship docks at Port Chalmers.
For all your news from the southern regions as it happens, go to our Facebook page. The South Today, connecting you with your community thanks to New Zealand On Air.
For 3 generations, the Kilpatrick family have ensured Jimmy's pies are still world famous in the South Island. Made to an old family recipe, Jimmy's pies have been one of New Zealand's traditional takeaway foods, prepared daily on the premises alongside a range of savouries, sausage rolls and cakes. Jimmy's pies are distributed throughout the lower South Island. Jimmy's pies are sure to satisfy your travelling munchies.
The Terminus Apartments, where heritage meets modern sophistication and where the past is Dunedin's future. These 1 or 2 bedroom apartments are fitted with modern amenities, room to move and spectacular harbour and city views. Contact us now to have your piece of luxury.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Free heart transmission. Please open your heart.
She is flowing freely. She is nourishing. She is loving.
Call Sunny Chin for peace in your heart.
Why wait for seed to germinate? Why not do it the smart way? For instant results, call Ready Lawn today, or for more information, go to readylawn.co.nz.
Calling all Otago superheroes, the 2018 Relay for Life needs your team. On March 17 and 18, the relay teams will join together to create one of the most inspiring events, helping not only to raise funds but also to remember those who have fallen to cancer or are struggling with it. To register your team, simply go to the website and sign on, then start fundraising. It's about celebrating, remembering and fighting back. Be a superhero and register now at relayforlife.org.nz. At Action Engineering, the team make their mark as innovators in engineering because they don't just make things, they provide solutions. Call now on 477 1643 or go online to see the services they provide.
At the Hard to Find Bookshop, we sell quality books on all subjects from the rare to the recent, and where viable, we will come to you. We have a great reputation for integrity and honesty, so if you're downsizing or sorting an estate and have books to sell, contact us.
Welcome back. A car crashed down a 4-metre bank into the water of Leith in North Dunedin late last night. A police spokeswoman says they were called to Woodhull Street about 11 p.m, where a silver Nissan had crashed down a bank. The driver was the sole occupant of the car and was taken to Dunedin Hospital, where he is spoken to by police. It is believed the man's injuries weren't serious. Police say the cause of the crash is unknown and the car was towed up the bank this morning. Dunedin's Port Chalmers was visited today by the cruise ship Queen Mary 2. The South Today caught up with some of the passengers as they explored the city.
Said to be the largest cruise ship ever built, the Queen Mary 2 dominated Port Chalmers when she docked in this morning. Built in 2004 to a cost not much under $1 billion, the ship has 18 decks with a capacity of over 2,500 passengers. However, the streets of Dunedin were not as congested with passengers as might have been expected. Those who caught a bus into town to enjoy the southern sunshine attested to the ship's luxury and elegance.
Well, it's an old sort of elegant vessel, really, more traditional rather than the sort of more modern sort of cruise ships that we've been on.
But the Queen is just simply amazing. It's obviously quite unique, and its style, and it's just everything is so well done.
The ship boasts features that would appeal more to adults than children, such as elegant staterooms, 15 restaurants and bars, a ballroom and a casino. One of the few young passengers had noticed the difference.
She's more of adult type ships than the other ones, they're more for kids.
There's not a lot of things for kids to do on it either, like some of the other ships.
However, adult passengers were enjoying the luxury.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's really, it's the best ship we've been on.
Food's good, service is excellent, and we enjoy it.
Having explored Milford Sound yesterday, the boat is scheduled to head northwards to Akaroa later tonight. Rudy Adrian, The South Today.
After the break on the South Today, a Dunedin veterinarian worries the release of a new rabbit virus could be fatal for Otago's domesticated rabbits. And we have tomorrow's weather for you.
Wait for seed to germinate. Why not do it the smart way? For instant results, call Ready Lawn today, or for more information, go to readylawn.co.nz.
Every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Oh, I'm not happy with this product demonstration, Ralphie. Oh, relax. It's all about balance. The balance between softness and strength. And my balance is perfect.
So we won't fall.
Of course not.
Hi, Ralphie.
Oh, hey there. Whoa.
You fell for it.
Yep, I fell for it.
Cotton Softs. Softness and strength you can trust.
I'm Cotton Soft on the environment too.
135 Cumberland Street is a brand new, recently listed Category 1 heritage building right in Dunedin's warehouse precinct. Only a short walk to the Octagon in the central city, these are warm, well-insulated, self-contained apartments with all you need for a short or long stay. With beautiful views onto the harbour, these Airbnbs at 135 Cumberland Street come highly recommended for your stay in Dunedin.
Garrador Dunedin, delivering quality stylish garage doors in Dunedin for over 15 years. New doors, replacement doors, repairs and maintenance are all part of Garrador's quality service. Garrador Dunedin offers a full range of modern quality doors to suit any home. Come visit the team at 553 Kaikorai Valley Road. Visit www.garrador.co.nz or call us on 488 5676.
Active Interior Design in Mornington are the curtain and blind experts. The team can even advise you on outdoor products like awnings and umbrellas and will ensure that everything is perfect. For interior design with flair, call Active to book your free in-home consultation or call into the showroom in Mornington.
At Action Engineering, the team make their mark as innovators in engineering because they don't just make things, they provide solutions. Call now on 477 1643 or go online to see the services they provide.
Helping New Zealanders to do more. Talk to MTF today.
Hammer! We'll see if it really was a fluke.
Stand up and be counted with your boots on the ground. March for the cause with banners be loud. Lost generations will never be found till the numbers rise up to your martyrs proud.
Kate, you think this is a joke, mate? This is my company, and you are never, ever taking it away from me.
JK Moody, fight for gold. There'll be nowhere to hide, nowhere to run. I'm gonna hurt you.
Fight for Gold. This Saturday, March 3rd. Tickets available now from eventfinder.co.nz.
Thanks for staying with us. The Otago Regional Council announced yesterday its application to import and release a new rabbit virus has been approved. But a Dunedin veterinarian says the release could have fatal consequences for Otago's domestic rabbit population.
The Otago Regional Council is planning to release the RHDV1 K5 virus in Otago in late March or early April. It's a move which could reduce the rabbit population by over 40%, but domestic rabbit owners are concerned about the potential effects on their pets. Head vet nurse at Humanimals Clinic, Katie Vanderwater, told the South Today she opposed the release of the virus because there has been a lack of research and people have not been given enough information. DeWater says rabbit owners can vaccinate their rabbits, but even then the efficacy of the vaccine has not been proven conclusively. For Dunedin rabbit lover Amelia Seals, the risk to her 19 pets, including her vaccinated Angora Ralph, is all too real.
They don't actually have a proven vaccine for it, so they don't know if it's effective, and they haven't actually tested it for more than 30 days, and they've only tested it on meat rabbits, not wild rabbits, so we don't actually know if it will give any protection against our pet rabbits.
She says she knows what it's like to see a rabbit who has contracted a virus sick and in pain.
This virus, they scream and the rabbits stretch out when they are affected from it.
Otago Regional Council Director of Environmental Monitoring and Operations, Scott McLean, says pet owners need to make sure their rabbit vaccinations are up to date to protect against the K5 virus, and rabbit owners should discuss any concerns with their vet. He says no vaccinated pet rabbits in Australia, where K5 was rolled out in 2017, have caught the virus. Roselle LeBone, The South Today.
New Zealand Golf Open champion Michael Hendry is preparing to defend the title he won last year. The tournament at the Millbrook and Hills Resorts at Aratan begins tomorrow.
He had 2 putts for the title. He knew that he had done it.
New Zealand Golf Open defending champion Michael Hendry says he isn't feeling the pressure.
Kind of don't have to prove anything to anyone, you know, that I can win the event now. I've done it. Obviously I want more than anything in the world to win it again.
Hendry says he isn't in the best shape, but he is working hard to turn that around before the tournament starts tomorrow.
But regardless of whether you're confident or not, if you know deep down that you're good enough to win on your day, I think that counts for a huge amount.
Hendry has been working on his putting technique.
Although it sounds like the weather's going to be pretty rough, I think years gone past the weather's been pretty kind to us, so you know, you've been able to hit the ball pretty close most of the time during the course of the week.
And on sharing a healthy rivalry with New Zealand golfer Ryan Fox.
It's great to have a chat to him whenever we get the opportunity, and love playing golf with him. We've got a lot of, you know, close mutual friends, so we play a lot of golf together, even aside of golf tournaments.
However, he says if he's not going to be the one holding the trophy, he'd like another New Zealander to win it.
Not saying that I'm not mates with some of the Aussies and Japanese boys that are here as well, but no, I think our drought was long enough. I'd rather see us, you know, put a few in the bag before we have another bit of a drought.
The 38-year-old was the first New Zealander in 14 years to win the Open title in March last year. Mina Amso, The South Today.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on The South Today. Olympic medalist Zoe Zadowski-Synnott flew back into Queenstown yesterday to a hero's reception. The South Today caught up with the snowboarding champ. Badges and buttons, maps and diaries and a mysterious piece of string have got Southland school children guessing. And a piece of Dunedin street art celebrating one of the city's most known bands was defaced over the weekend, leaving the artist anything but chilled out. And now look at what's happening in tomorrow's ODT. Welcome, Craig Page. What have you got for us in tomorrow's paper?
Good evening. Yeah, we've got a bit of an interesting bus story which seems to attract plenty of readers. Both the DCC and ORC say they're having another look at the bus service in Dunedin and say they're investigating the possibility of introducing a Queenstown bus model for the city. I think it was late last year Queenstown introduced their $2 bus ride. Just too many cars in Queenstown, so they were looking at ways to alleviate that problem. And they've got more people using the buses than they anticipated. I think 76,000 more than what they thought. So the DCC and ORC think that's a pretty good idea, and maybe they can look at something similar in Dunedin. At the moment, the ORC runs the bus service, but they need to get permission from the Ministry of Transport to get the DCC involved as well. But they'd look at share funding and possibly running cut rates as well. I guess it's all about numbers to make a bus service like that viable, and at the moment, you know, they're not getting the numbers they need, so they need to try and make it more attractive.
Yeah,
so
well,
it's going
you
to be interesting.
see all these empty buses travelling around town, and then there seems to be more and more traffic backed up, you know, down Portsmouth Drive.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
down the one-way system. So if it could get less people in cars and more on the buses, then it's definitely a win-win situation for everyone involved.
Yeah, certainly. And I mean, parking's such an issue around the city as well. You're getting pushed further and further out for parking, so it could be an answer. It needs to be reliable, and it needs to be cost-effective, I think, for people to use it to make that change. So we'll see what happens. They hope to come up with some sort of plans that can be discussed by the middle of the year, so we'll see where things go.
Okay, watch this space then.
Yeah, exactly. And the Queen Mary 2 cruise liner was in town today as well. First time it's visited the city. We've been out and had a bit of a nose round, talked to a Melbourne couple who are travelling in luxury, tell us about all the exciting things aboard, the butler service and the state rooms. Apparently you can travel for 3 months travelling the world in the cruise ship at the moment, which with the prices starting at about US $22,000. So if you've got the money, it's not a bad way to travel.
And it's definitely luxurious too.
It certainly is. And we've got our team up at the New Zealand Golf Open in Queenstown as well, starting tomorrow. Plenty of stories on that. And Dunedin reporter David Lockray is training to be a caddy for the Open. He's been at caddy school today, and is going to tell us all about that in tomorrow's paper. So it'd be well worth a read.
So when they go to caddy school, do they get a pass certificate? Or
I think it's just making sure they know which club to pull out at the right time, really. It's David's first attempt at that, so knowing David, he'll make a good fist of it.
Wonderful, thank you, Craig. And now time for a look at tomorrow's weather.
Tonight's weather proudly brought to you by MolMap.
Looking at the situation, as expected, a mild and humid northerly airflow remains over the South Island and looks set to hang around until the weekend, with outbreaks of rain in western areas and over the ranges spreading further east at times. Let's see what the southern towns can expect. Balclutha, Catlins, Lumsden and Gore are in for moderate northerlies, some rain and 18 degrees. Moving on to central, Alexandra moderate northerlies, cloudy and 20. Queenstown and Wanaka can expect moderate northerlies, cloudy and 19. Te Anau moderate northeasterlies, some rain and a high of 18 degrees. Up to the northern towns, Oamaru moderate northeasterlies, cloudy and 20 degrees. The same for Timaru, but warmer at 21. Oamaru and Twizel moderate northerlies, risk of rain and it's 19 degrees. In Dunedin tonight, it will be cloudy with light northeasterlies with an overnight low of 14 degrees. Tomorrow mostly cloudy with just a few brief sunny spells during the afternoon. Moderate northeasterlies, mild and humid. Rain developing at night with 20 at the high and 16 during the day. And morning rain will clear on Friday, followed by sunny periods for a time, but some more light rain arrives during the evening, coupled with moderate northeasterlies, still mild and humid 20 and 16. And in Invercargill tonight, cloudy with an overnight low of 13. Tomorrow cloudy with a few light showers at times, but still warm, with light northerly winds 22 and 13, and it's the same for Friday with 23 and 14. And that's our news for this Wednesday. For the latest news from the Southern region, you can follow us on Facebook and at channel39.co.nz. Have a great evening, take care, ka kite anō.
This bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.